the share price of $948. Okay, it's now less than 12 hours to go. We are back to square one. We have started all over again, and it's time for some real evaluation.
Before we start the real evaluation, I would like to point out one geeky fact. The Google IPO was not worth just $2.7 billion. It was $2.718281828 billion. Any guess to why it was so? Anyone? I'll give you a hint. It's something ln. Not our Professor ln. It's actually the natural logarithmic base. It's a value of e to the power 1, which is a mathematical constant. So now let's get back to our business. To complete our evaluation, the first thing we wanted to do was to complete the income statement. There were many assumptions which were made in the assumption sheet. Some were the additional assumptions which were done by us. So the first assumption was that the capital market would remain perfect. There won't be any imperfections during our evaluation. The other assumption was we were given the figures for the first 2 quarters of 2004. For the rest of the year, we had to make this assumption that the rest half of the year values would be the subtraction of the first half values from the total value of the year 2004. The other assumption was in the year 2004, the rate of growth of the firm would be 6% and it would grow at 6% after that, which is a perpetuity growth. Also, in one of the assumptions in the assumption sheet, it was given that the debt was paid by the firm, and so no interest is now to be paid to the to the debt holders. So in our case, EBT was equal to the EBIT.
Okay, we have got EBT is equal to EBIT. Very fascinating. Great. Now let's look at the cash flows for the people. Now, very frequently we have taken a lot of assumptions in the case and we choose some more for the cash flows. The first one was about the change in other working capital, and we made it to be increasing by 10% according to the previous evaluations. The second assumption was about the risk-free rate and the market premium, which we assumed was same throughout the time domain we were considering. And by doing these additional assumptions, we calculated our net cash flows for the projected years.
Actually, we had to do the evaluation using 2 methods, the WACC method and the APV method. So for the WACC method, the major assumption was the value of beta. The value of beta we chose was the average of the value of beta of Yahoo and Microsoft. For our calculation, the value of beta came out to be 1.35. Using CAPM model, we found the value of R equity. As in the case, the debt was 0, as I have already discussed. The R back came out to be equal to the R equity. Now discounting the cash flows to the present value, we got the share price as $149.77. That's the magical figure. So our bid was $149.77. Now let's do some sensitivity analysis. For the sensitivity analysis, we had to plot 3 graphs. The first graph was for different tax rates, what was the variation of share prices with the beta. We know beta is the riskiness of a share. As we increase the risk, the share price will fall, as is depicted in this graph. And also, these colored lines are actually the tax rates. If we increase the tax rates, the government is going to take some part out of our revenues. So our net profit decreases, and so the share price keeps on decreasing. The second analysis was for different terminal revenue growth rates, the plot of share prices versus the beta. As I have already discussed, the beta is the riskiness of the share. As we increase the beta, the share prices fall. But there is one more interesting observation in this graph. For the terminal growth rate of 8%, we have not plotted the point when beta was 0.5. Why was that so? Actually, the terminal value that we were getting was a negative value. The terminal value is the sum of an infinite GP. So, whenever we get the terminal value as negative, it's actually not negative. It's a GP which is not converging. It's an infinite GP with a sum of infinite. And if it keeps on growing at that rate, the firm's value is actually infinite. It's not negative. So whenever you get the terminal value as negative, we neglected that value. So this was the major